Hey everybody, it's Quincy from AllEars, and I'm here at Disney's Port Orleans Resort French Quarter. I am super excited to be doing a staycation here. I haven't stayed at this resort since I was a little kid, so I'm very, very excited to be here on reopening day. We're going to be doing a full resort tour. We're going to take a look at the rooms, the pools, the dining, hopefully see some live music. I am so excited. I hope you are too. Let's get going. Right when you pull up to Port Orleans French Quarter, you will notice that it has very intricate theming. It's themed after, of course, the French Quarter in New Orleans. And you can see a lot of like Mardi Gras themes as well year round, which is super, super fun. It is reopening day and they have the red carpet out to welcome guests. And I'm so excited to look around. So this is one of the 2 Port Orleans resorts that are located in the Disney Springs area. This is the smaller one with only 1,008 rooms, and it's definitely one of the more walkable, moderate resorts that you'll find around Disney World. You'll enter right into this beautiful lobby that has these beautiful wrought iron details. It's not a huge lobby, but it is still pretty spectacular when it comes to the theming. I'm loving it. Keep in mind if you do drive to Port Orleans that there is a $20 parking fee per night that will be automatically added to your bill. And if you didn't drive, but you did go through the gate at some point, like with an Uber or something, you might want to check with the front desk to make sure they didn't accidentally add that. That's happened to me before. Couple ways you can check in. Head under this registration sign and you'll find the front desk in this beautiful space. Check-in can be done in person like you would at any traditional hotel, but it can also be done through the My Disney Experience app using the mobile resort check-in. This can be done anytime ahead of your trip, and you just use the app to answer all the check-in questions, make sure you have a card on file, and on the day of your arrival, you'll get a push notification and or a text if you ask for it that will let you know your room number, so you don't even have to stop by the front desk. I do love using mobile check-in. It super speeds up the process when I get here, so I did use it this time, and I don't need to stop by the front desk. I actually got my room number already. It's in building 4. I think we're gonna go ahead and start out with a room tour. I am so excited to see my room. I haven't been in Port Orleans French Quarter rooms in over a decade, and I was a wee child last time I came, so I'm really excited to have a look around, see what the amenities are. Also, there's like some doom clouds. We're supposed to have severe weather today, so hopefully that doesn't impact our tour too much. Even with the gloomy day though, this resort's so pretty. All right, my room number is 4105, building 4, first floor. Let's go find it. So check-in time for the Disney World Resort hotels is always 3 p.m. Oh, building 4, look at that prime location. It's right next to the lobby building. As I was saying, check-in time for the Disney World Resort hotels is at 3 p.m. When you do mobile check-in though, you can note what time you plan on arriving and they will do their best to get your room ready for you. It is not a guarantee, it's kind of just a request, but I have definitely noticed that in a lot of cases they are able to get your room ready a little bit early and you'll get that text before 3, which is really nice to be able to head to your room when you get there. Of course, if you do arrive before your room is ready or you're leaving way after you have to check out, you can leave your bags with Bell Services. It's completely complimentary and they'll just give you a tag for pickup so that you can go enjoy the parks, go enjoy Disney Springs, and get your bags once your room is ready or once you're ready to head out. I'm following the saxophones. 4105. I love how colorful. It makes it feel so bright and fun even though it's rainy and gloomy outside. Oh, I see it. I see it. This whole staycation is going to be like a Mardi Gras party. I'm excited. Also, P.S. We are going to eat beignets. Spoiler alert. And I have never had the Mickey beignets. So it's going to be a very exciting experience for me. Molly will be so jealous. Here we are at my room, room 4105. You can use a room key, your phone if you have Magic Mobile Plus enabled in the My Disney Experience app, or a Magic Band to get into your room. All right, my Magic Band does not seem to be working, so I'm going to attempt to use the mobile unlock door feature. Here it is. Lots of green blinking and no action. Okay, this is definitely my room. I double checked. I guess we're going back to the lobby. Listen, on the bright side, I am locked in my room before the rain starts. So that's good. This has happened to me before where my Magic Band or my phone didn't work when I first arrived. Now when I go to the front desk, they're gonna have me as checked in and they'll just be able to get me a room key. So that'll make it a little bit easier on me. If this does happen to you, cast members are happy to help. And if you want to be safe, even if you do use the mobile check-in, even if you have your Magic Band and it's linked to your account, run by the front desk and pick up a room key anyway. Plus they're 50th themed for the next 18 months, so that's pretty cool too. So we are in a building that's super close to the lobby, which is awesome and helpful and amazing and everything. But interestingly enough, this resort doesn't have preferred rooms because it is so small. None of the buildings are that far from the pool area and the lobby. There are some that are closer, but most of the moderate resorts, you have rooms that can be 15 minutes in walking from the lobby, and that's just, whew, you don't have to worry about that here at French Quarter. All right, the rain is starting, but a couple benefits to checking in person, or even if you check it online, you can stop by the front desk and ask for these things, is that they will give you a resort map. They'll talk you through where your room is, where the important points of interest are. The other thing is that they gave me Mardi Gras beads. I'm so excited. That's so fun. And they gave me a little Mardi Gras coin to be able to make a wish while I'm here. She was like, you gotta get a coin so you can make a wish. It's Mardi Gras. And I was like, you're right. So yeah, we are supposed to get pretty severe weather today. The county's actually under a tornado watch. So we're gonna be erring on the side of caution here. And worst case scenario, if we can't see the whole resort today, I'll check it out tomorrow and you guys will come with me through the power of movie magic. All right, moment of truth. She like scanned my magic band, made it work. And it sure did work. We're in. I already see a Mickey. I'm thrilled. It's dark. Woo, I'm excited. I'm very excited about this resort. All right, this room, I'm excited about it. Simple, but I'm seeing a lot going on. So let's take a look around. So you enter through a standard hotel door. You got your standard locking mechanisms. I am on the first floor, so my door does open to a pathway that a lot of people do tend to walk by on. All of the hallways here are outdoors, so that's something to keep in mind. This room immediately feels fairly sized for a moderate. It is 314 square feet, and that's the same size as over at Port Orleans Riverside, but I was in a royal room over there, and there was a lot more furniture, it felt like, so it does feel a little more spacious in here. We've got a pretty sizable window. I actually like this window because it has actual like window pane breaks in it, which is really cute. We have a standard view, but we are looking out over one of the gardens. I will say in a lot of cases, it might not be worth paying more for a garden view here just because you are going to be on those pathways. You're probably going to want to keep your curtain drawn most of the time. Even if you're on a second floor, those are still the outdoor hallways. The view categories include standard, garden view, pool view, river view, and then there are a few king bedrooms around this resort. Those are the most expensive rooms, and they tend to be on the corners of the buildings. Price-wise, those rates do vary. For standard views, it tends to be around $255 to around $420. Garden views tend to be around $265 to around $435. Then you've got river or pool view. Those are similarly priced at around $280 to around $450. And then those king bedrooms, the most expensive, tend to be between $290 and about $470. But keep in mind those rates do vary, and you can look for special offers as well. But let's get into the nitty-gritty of this room. So your windows, you do have a privacy curtain, which does let a fair amount of light in. And I like the color. It's kind of a nice muted nude color. And then you do have blackout curtains. So if you're a midday napper, don't fear, they've got you covered. Your AC unit is under the window, and you do have control over that with a thermostat that's all the way over there on the other side of the room, right here. And this is a fancy thermostat. These rooms have been refurbished in the past few years, so it's got a few of the telltale signs of a refurbished room. You got full control over this, over the fan. You can even put it in Celsius if you'd rather. Every room at Port Orleans French Quarter, besides those king bed corner rooms, do have 2 queen beds. So you've got these nice sizable beds, the standard Disney bed sheets, 4 pillows on each. We've got a really pretty wooden headboard that goes with a lot of the theming that is around the resort as well, which I love. And then you've got these lovely overhead lights, which have like the lily that is pretty common in New Orleans theming. I will note you don't really have reading lights, so you are gonna have to turn on one of those brighter overhead lights. If that's a make or break for you, you can see which rooms have reading lights based on other tours I've done. I know that some people have very different sleep schedules from their loved ones or the people they're staying with. So something to keep in mind is that maybe grab a flashlight if you're going to be reading late while someone's trying to sleep. There are no bedside tables on the outer sides of the bed, but there is one in the middle. It's a rather small bedside table, but it should be plenty to hold people's phones and things like that. Speaking of phones, it does have your resort telephone as well as your take-along guide to the magic And there is one drawer and a little cubby space down here. Telltale sign of a renovated Disney World hotel room are outlets built into the furniture. You've got 2 outlets and 2 USB ports here, and there are outlets in the dresser as well. Your main art feature in this room is this lovely painting of the French Quarter. It is really, really pretty. This is my favorite kind of art to have in a Disney World Resort hotel room. It's not distinctly Disney, but it's just very well done art. It fits the theme. You can see there's a solid amount of walking space, and I don't think you'd have much trouble storing your luggage in this room because you've got kind of a bunch of empty floor space, plus underbed space as well, with those renovated bed frames to provide underbed space. Beyond that, you've got this bench, which is useful for getting ready or for keeping your luggage on or under, and then a pretty sizable dresser as well. So your sitter unit has the TV that's pretty standard to Disney hotel rooms at this point, and then this is a sizable dresser. You've got 3 large drawers, which you can open up. They are super big. So you're going to be able to fit a lot of luggage in here. I feel like for me, for a week trip, I would only need one of these drawers. So I think even a family could fit all their stuff in this dresser. And then this cabinet here, check out the detailing. So pretty. This cabinet here has your mini fridge, which is one of the larger size mini fridges. So you got plenty of space to store leftovers or any snacks you might want access to in your hotel room. Our final storage spot is this nice shelf and coat hanger unit. I really like this because there's usually like some sort of hanger in hotel rooms. There's not usually a shelf like this, which I think would be an awesome place to keep, you know, valuables and things like that, stuff you don't want to forget to bring to the park with you. Hidden Mickey alert. On top of the dresser, we've got more outlets, plus our ice bucket, our ice bucket, plus our coffee machine, which comes with that Joffrey's 50th anniversary blend they're using right now, plus Twinings. I thought this was Lady Grey. Lady Grey is it's like Twinings' original Earl Grey blend, and it is so good. If you've had Lady Grey, let me know in the comments. Plus creamer, sugar, all the things you'd need for a good cup of coffee. I will be using that in the morning. Your enhanced cleaning measures, you've got your sanitized remote to the TV, and then these coins weren't in the room when I got here. I actually got given these at the front desk when I went back for my key. They're my wish coins, but I thought they looked cute displayed on the dresser, so there they are for you. Seating area-wise, you've got this pretty sizable table and 2 chairs, enough space to have a few people eat or do some work if you needed to. I freaked out when I saw that there were Mardi Gras party beads in the shape of a Mickey on this table because, one, I love that they gave me Mardi Gras party beads, and now I have more. And I love any time that there's like a special little touch that the cast members add to a hotel room, just like that. This mirror is a good size. Not the biggest in the room, but a good size nonetheless. I actually really like the floors in here. They're that I think fake hardwood, but they don't come off as weird as some of the other weird tile wood thing that they do on the floors. These actually look really nice in here, and the bathroom has a beautiful tile. I'm very engaged in the floor in this hotel room. I'm interested. Archway leads into the bathroom, and this is like a 2-parter. So you've got the sink room, sort of closet area, and then through another door that does lock, you've got your commode room and your shower. Now, if you do want privacy in the morning, if you're getting ready before someone's awake or you just want a little privacy, there is a curtain here that you can pull closed to have this little room all to yourself. You do have a double vanity with a pretty significant amount of vanity space, so I don't think this would be too little room for most couples or families. You've got a hair dryer stocked under with some shelf space and some extra towels. And then the toiletries provided are facial soap and body lotion. Also, here's our big mirror. Look at this. This is so much mirror. And of course, my favorite kind of mirror, the one that makes me look silly. Where's my face? If I move back, what? Okay, look, I'm closer to the mirror right now, and I'm moving back, but I'm getting closer. You do have a full-length mirror. It is on the door to the bathroom, so if you close this, you've got a full-length mirror to make sure you don't look wacky. But I always look wacky, so I don't have to use that. There is no closet space here. Well, there is a closet space. There's no closet, but there's this nice closet space. You've got a rack with plenty of coat hangers, ironing board, extra pillow and blanket, very important because I do get cold, and your recycling bin and trash can. And the other important, safe, self-programmable for your valuables. And finally, we head into the toilet and shower room. You've got your commode, plenty of toilet paper, Plenty of towels. Reminder to help conserve water by reusing your towels. And then the shower curtain, one of my favorite things about this hotel. It's a pretty classic New Orleans theme, but if you look closely, it feels very Princess and the Frog to me, which I love that it's subtle, but still Disney, you know what I mean? That's what I love about a Disney hotel. This lovely, border in the shower. You got your reusable, refillable Disney toiletries that they refill before new guests come. Pretty big ledge here in the shower for you to keep your own toiletries. Couple soap dishes as well. And then a pretty wide shower head, which is typical of the refurbished resorts. Let's see how it looks on. That's pretty good pressure. All right, one final step to make sure that the room is a solid space is science. We gotta do science. We gotta do bed science, and that means I gotta jump on this bed for science. For Louisiana, New Orleans science. Oh, I got party beads in my face. That's not usually a hazard. Feels good. It feels like a normal Disney queen bed. It's that perfect mix of soft and firm. Great because everybody has different preferences, so it's good they don't go too far in either direction. I can't imagine not getting a good night's sleep on this. But my favorite part is over here. It's not the bed at all. It's the pillows. Head sinkage, optimum level. I love these. And that's the room. I really like it. It's simple, but it's still well themed and there are still Disney touches. So this is exactly what I'm looking for in a Disney World Resort hotel room. But I've worked up quite the appetite. And by appetite, I mean I've been thinking about beignets this whole time. And I think I deserve to try the Mickey beignets. So that's where we're headed. Start our room tour with a nice pillowy Mickey-shaped ball of fried dough. Beignet time. Even this isn't stopping me from beignets. I can't film with this camera in that, so I'm gonna walk undercover mostly, but you guys will have to experience the movie magic of not having to walk in the torrential downpour that's happening. It does rain pretty heavily in Louisiana, so maybe this is just immersion. So this resort is famous for having Mickey beignets. I love beignets. I have never had Mickey beignets, so this is going to be a new experience for me. I know that they're covered in powdered sugar. I know that Molly is an absolute talent at getting them all over her face, so I'm pretty pumped. Also, I'm hoping that while we eat the beignets, it'll stop raining so my resort tour isn't hindered. But regardless, beignets are a great way to start a resort tour. Like I said, it's beignet time, so we're gonna check out our first dining location. So it used to be that if you wanted beignets at Port Orleans French Quarter, you would go to the quick service restaurant, but lines were getting crazy long, so they actually changed the way that the Scat Cat Club worked, and now it's a double dining location. So there's the Scat Cat Club Cafe, which is open all day, and that's what we're looking at right now. And then there's the Scat Cat Club Lounge, which will be open a little later. Don't worry, we're going there for dinner. But the Scat Cat Club Cafe and Lounge are right off of the lobby, and there's lots of seating. It can get busy because those Mickey beignets are very popular. The menu has got Mickey beignets, they have dipping sauces for them, a Mickey beignet shaped sundae, a Mickey shaped beignet sundae, and then the Baton Rouge beignets, which are not Mickey shaped, but they are jazzed up with Bailey's Irish Cream Kahlua or rum chata, which is cool. And they have coffee here, and you know I will be getting some of that. So let's head in and grab some beignets. Molly's so jealous. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. Hey, you got a lot. I'll just grab one of these then. You have a little. All right. Well, guess I got my own. I'm gonna leave you to this. Good to see you. All right, just note to self, do not interrupt Molly eating beignets. All right, so leaving Molly to it, Scat Cat's Club Cafe is super cute. They've got like a bunch of jazz memorabilia on the wall. Same thing is true for Scat Cat Lounge. There's a saxophone over here. I'm seeing all sorts of saxophones today. Again, the Club Cafe is open from early morning to late night, so you can have beignets for breakfast if you want them. The lounge typically opens around 5. Today it opens at 5. So that's more of an evening experience. And I've come at a good time because there's not too much line, but there was a bit of a line here earlier, so it can definitely get busy. Hi! Can I do 3 beignets and then the Joffrey's Chicory Coffee? All right, so they have a freshly blended Joffrey's Chicory Coffee here. Of course I love Joffrey's, so I'm excited to give this a try. All right, so here are our 3 Mickey beignets. You do have to get 3 or 6. You can't get just one, but that's not really a bad thing in my opinion. They're pillowy dough covered in powdered sugar and Mickey shaped. I don't know if there's anything to complain about here. I'm so excited to try them. And then I also got the Joffrey's Chicory Coffee, which is really cool because chicory coffee is actually a New Orleans thing. Chicory is a different kind of root that they blend with coffee. And I drink a lot of it with Café du Monde at home. So I'm excited to try the Joffrey's blend. One other thing that's super neat is they do actually have gluten-free beignets. So I'm sure that they are not quite as pillowy and delicious as the original. But if you are gluten-free, you can have beignets. You do not have to be beignetless, as they say in the beignet biz. So my beignets were fresh out of the fryer, so I'm gonna give them a second because they are hot. And I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee in the meantime and tell you how it is. It's good. It's definitely got that chicory flavor to it. I have it black right now, so I'm probably gonna go add maybe a packet of sugar to it. It doesn't need much. It has a really robust flavor. If you're a coffee drinker, I definitely recommend trying the chicory coffee when you're here. If you've ever bought Café du Monde at your local grocery store, or if you like drinking chicory coffee or you're from New Orleans, I'm sure that this doesn't live up to some of the better blends, but it's really, really good. Joffrey's does a great job, and the chicory blend is no different, so I'm pretty happy with this. Plus, on a cold, rainy day like this coffee's a lifesaver. All right, I think they've cooled down enough for me to go in for an ear. I'm excited. I get it. This shouldn't be allowed. They're so good. I want to review this for you, but I can't stop eating it. One of the best things I've ever eaten in Disney World, period. I'm gonna eat all three of these, no problem. They are so pillowy. They're like structurally sound, but they're still really light. Tons of powdered sugar, a mountain of powdered sugar. It's all over me. Not like it was all over Molly, but it is all over me. And they're hot and like crisp on the outside and so soft. They like basically melt in your mouth. If you are around Port Orleans French Quarter, or even if you're at Disney Springs and can maybe hop over for a treat on your Disney Springs day, this is worth it. This definitely compares to a lot of the stuff you can have in Disney Springs. There are only a few things I might put on the same level. So I would even say it's worth the boat ride. Plus I love a boat, so who doesn't love a boat ride? But these are so good. Successful first time trying Mickey beignets. This is the aftermath. Okay, they're all gone. Okay, beignets have been had. I'm a happy camper. But now there's more resort to see. And I maybe ate those too fast. But it's fine, walking around will help. So you can find a bell services desk in the lobby and then also outside by the front. This is a great spot for dropping off your luggage if your room isn't ready when you arrive and you're headed to do some things, or if you are going to do a park day or a Disney Springs day on your checkout day after you have to take your stuff out of your room. There's a small sitting area in this lobby, not a super huge resort, so it's probably plenty of space. I love the part where little kids get little chairs and get to watch little cartoons. No cartoons on in here right now, so that's kind of a bummer, but maybe next time. Let's talk about recreation. Okay, well, I have terrible news. For one, there's no movie Under the Stars tonight. Not like I think it was going to happen with this weather, but if we would be here tomorrow night, it was going to be Coco. For those of you who don't know, Coco is my favorite Pixar movie and one of my favorite movies of all time, and it is a big bummer that I don't get to watch that tomorrow. Otherwise, there are things like trivia nights at Mardi Gras, poolside trivia at the Blue Lagoon. You got poolside activities every single day, pool parties every single day, campfires, arts and crafts, tie-dye. Those are for an additional fee. Lots of fun stuff you can do at your resort. Definitely take a look at a recreation board when you check into any Disney World resort. It's a great way to spend a resort day. There are bike rentals on this side at Hank's Rent and Return. We'll look at that when we head outside. But keep in mind that you also are just a short walk or a boat ride away from Port Orleans Riverside, which has Surrey bikes and fishing excursions and all sorts of things. I think the rain has lightened up a bit for me to be able to just pop out and show you a very cool theming detail. So this is one of the most famous sites at Port Orleans French Quarter. This is the doorman, I believe he's called. Of course, just a classic Mardi Gras outfit. It looks like he's wearing like a green cut crease, but I think that just might be the art style. But if it's a green cut crease, I love it. And you've got these big medallions and things out here as you head into the lobby, which is super cool. All right, it seems that the rain is still stopped and might be gone for good, but just in case it isn't, let's pop out here and take a look at the bus stop. Unlike Port Orleans Riverside, Port Orleans French Quarter does have just one bus stop located outside to the right of the lobby. And you get bus transportation to all 4 parks here, Disney Springs, the water parks, because the only transportation that it has otherwise is that boat to Disney Springs. There is absolutely no one out here right now. Yes, it's kind of a strange time to head to the parks, but this is where you find the bus station. Got good amount of seating. It's a double station, so I'm sure that this can get crowded when the resort is fully booked, but your bus transportation isn't going to be as complicated as it is over at Port Orleans Riverside, where you might need to go to a stop that's one of the internal bus stops near your room. Now, do keep in mind that depending on the time of day, depending on how they have the bus routes, your Port Orleans French Quarter bus might also stop at the Port Orleans Riverside bus stops. So just heads up that might be the case. It might add a little bit of time to your travel times. So if you are concerned about making it to a reservation on time or just getting to the park as early as you possibly can, then make sure you allot at least an hour for travel times, both for on that bus, waiting for the bus, and any potential stops at Port Orleans Riverside. I think my favorite thing about this resort is the iron detailing on the guest buildings and on the main lobby building. It's just so pretty and intricate and just screams New Orleans, so I'm a fan of that. And back in the lobby, let's head over here and check out Jackson Square Gifts and Desires. So this is the only merchandise location here at Port Orleans French Quarter. But they should have pretty much everything you're looking for, everything you need when you're at your hotel. Right when you walk in, you'll notice that they do have some Port Orleans French Quarter merchandise. This very fun shirt, this art print with the dancing alligators, we'll see them in just a minute. I especially like this tall mug. I can fit a lot of coffee in there. Like most of the resort merchandise stops, you've got a lot of standard Disney souvenirs that you can find around the parks and around Disney Springs as well. Unlike most of the resort shops, you can also find people's legs in the ceilings. So, I've been going crazy about the theming at this resort. I just met an AllEars viewer and her husband who are from New Orleans, and they said that they love visiting here and they came today just for the beignets. So see, I'm not the only one who likes the theming. Even the people who are actually from New Orleans, or as you're supposed to say it, New Orleans, I think, also love it here too. Back to the store, we've got lots of snacks and things like that, mostly like popcorn and candy, stuff that's not probably going to provide you sustenance, but there are things like peanut butter jelly, Pop-Tarts, things if you need a quick pick-me-up, or I like a grab-and-go breakfast in my resort. And now I'm looking for my essentials, because that's my favorite part of any store. Found them. Essentials, you got medicine, toothbrush, floss, anything you might have forgotten or you might need, because theme parks are hard on the body. Look, they have some of the Riverside merch too, so you won't need to go over to Riverside if you want like this cool Tiana Riverside shirt. I know prior to the closure you could even find some mixes from Cafe Du Monde. I don't see them in here today, but hopefully that will return. All right, moving on. If you head this way, in this little arch by the lobby, you'll find the arcade. South Quarter Games. This is certainly one of the smaller arcades. Just kidding. It's so big. It's so loud in here too. There is a lot to see and do in here. All of these are for a fee, but it's a full arcade with classic games and new games and things like that. So if you've got a resort day, if you've got any gamers in your party, this might be a fun way to spend your day. Another big bonus is that the arcade is open 24 hours a day. So, I don't know, maybe you can't sleep at 3 a.m. Go game. Probably don't do that. Sleep for your Magic Kingdom day. You'll need it. Here is a resort map, and this is actually a map of both Port Orleans Riverside and French Quarter. So let's take a look at French Quarter. So here's the lobby. We are right here. Our room is right here, and this is the North Quarter and the South Quarter. You got your pool area up above with your access to Disney Springs right here. Disney Springs is this way. And then if you go upriver, which you can walk or take a boat to do, you'll get to Port Orleans Riverside, which as you can see, much bigger. There are many more rooms, a little bit more recreation, some added dining. So you have really easy access to both of these resorts when you're staying here, which is nice. Our last stop here at the main lobby. Wow, look how pretty it is with the sun like this. Just trying to talk and it's too pretty. I'm like speechless. Anyway, our last stop before we move on to the pool area at the lobby building is the Sassagoula Floatworks and Food Factory, which is the quick service food court offering here at French Quarter. So you can access this food court from doors to the outside or from the lobby, and you'll see that it's got that same like Mardi Gras New Orleans theme as the rest of the resort, but you've got a mix of offerings here. So they've got mobile order, but you can also order inside, and you'll see a lot of those classic food court offerings like cheeseburgers, pastas, pizzas, and things like that. But they also have a few specialty items here, like the jambalaya, which they also have at Riverside, and I tried during my tour over there. And some gumbo as well, which maybe if I get hungry, extra hungry, I'll grab gumbo. I do love a gumbo. And you've got some grab-and-go items as well, so pretty standard food court fare, big beverage station and thing like that. But it's got some lovely theming. It's a big open space with plenty of seating. And then if you look up, you might even notice some details from Princess and the Frog, like these playing cards that have Dr. Facilier on the Joker, and then Prince Naveen and Princess Tiana as the King and Queen, which I absolutely love. I think this room is so cute. I definitely could see myself hanging out in here. I especially like these like mask walls that are just so neat. And what better way to welcome you into the food court than with this amazing sign on this huge open barn door. Definitely a good place to grab a bite to eat. Not the most exciting. I wouldn't recommend coming out of your way for Sassagoula Floatworks and Food Factory unless you are like an absolute gumbo or jambalaya fiend. But even then, it's probably not anything too spectacular. But it is a really cool place to be able to stop and grab a bite if you are staying here. All right, we're in luck, folks. Not only has the rain stopped, but it's absolutely beautiful now. It's crazy humid, but you don't have to worry about the humidity. You just get to look with your eyes. And it's really pretty out now, the way the light's coming through the buildings. So right off the lobby, you'll spot the playground. It's a pretty standard playground equipment, but it is in Mardi Gras colors, which is nice. And my personal favorite part about this resort are these cartoon Mardi Gras themed alligators that you'll just see hanging out all around the resort. I absolutely love them. They are so cute. They're perfect for taking a photo with. In fact, I'm about to take a picture with one. And continuing on, you'll find the pool area, which is a pretty exciting place to be. This is called Doubloon Lagoon, and it's got some fun theming. Not the biggest pool, but maybe the most colorful. So this guy will welcome you to the pool, and he just looks happy to see me, and that makes me happy. But besides the cartoon gators, my other favorite thing about this pool is that the slide is this giant sea serpent that winds all through the pool area and then spits you out. And King Neptune is riding him. I love that. You can see there's even a whole band of alligators performing across the pool. This pool also has a sizable and very colorful kids splash area and a hot tub. So if you're looking for a little bit of relaxation, you got options. Or fun if you're a kid. I wish I was a child so I could play on this. Now you're not super far from a full meal at the lobby, but if you're just having a pool day, you've also got Mardi Gras, the pool bar. They have a few cold food options here, plus some classic Disney pool drinks and some specialty ones as well. Same specialty drinks you can see over at Port Orleans Riverside, like the All That Jazz, the Hurricane, Gator Melon Juice, lots of fun stuff. But easy to access right here at the pool bar for your pool day. And there's a solid amount of seating as well, which is pretty useful, especially when the resort gets busier. Is this the end of the sea monster? It's gotta be. Wow. He's so aggressive that he's burrowed into the actual ground. The final big location you'll want to know about if you are staying at Port Orleans French Quarter is just past the pool area, and that is the boat dock. As you can see, this is where you'll find the river cruise boats to and from Disney Springs. Little bit of construction happening over here right now, but the dock is open. You just got to go this way, down the ramp. Down here is one of the best amenities of Disney's Port Orleans Resort French Quarter. There is actually a boat you can take to Disney Springs. It is a 15-minute direct boat ride, and I mean, who doesn't love a boat ride? It's delightful. So that's a really, really big perk. You can also take a bus to Disney Springs, but I mean, I'm gonna pick a boat every time, so that's pretty cool. And that pretty much does it for the stuff that you need to know about this resort. It is not as big as its sister resort over at Port Orleans Riverside. If you do want to see some of the options that you have just a short walk away, go ahead and watch my Port Orleans Riverside tour from just a few weeks ago, and you'll be able to see everything they've got to offer over there. But otherwise, I mean, I think I kind of want to look at the gardens here. I've got some time to kill before I want to head to Scat Cat's Lounge for dinner, so let's see what we can find. My favorite thing about the theming of this resort is that the pathways are done like little mini streets. They've even got the horse posts and the street lights and things like that. So it really does look like a stylized version of the French Quarter, again with those beautiful iron railings. So it's quiet, it's nice to walk around here. All right, friends, I bring you A few moments of zen. Do you feel zen? We're in the south quarter now. Remember, my room is in the north quarter in building 4. You can see the buildings have corresponding instruments. So this is a trumpet building. That appears to be a trombone building. We are in the saxophone building. So if you don't like remembering a number, you can always remember a jazz instrument. Who doesn't love jazz? Jazz Alley is where we are. You're gonna tell me you don't love jazz when I'm standing on Jazz Alley? Get out of here. There are laundry facilities at this resort, and there's dry cleaning services as well. You can inquire with the front desks. There are laundry facilities at this resort, and there are dry cleaning services as well, but I would call in advance to make sure that they'll be offered during your stay if you know that you're going to need them. Up here on the north quarter, there's this beautiful green lawn, which is where you'll find movies under the stars on nights that they have them, like tomorrow when they're showing Coco, when I will not be here. Yes, I could watch it on Disney Plus, and I probably will, but it's not the same as a movie under the stars at a Disney World hotel, because that's extra magical. You can also find a fire pit over here where there are nightly campfires, weather permitting. So if you're around in the evening, poke your head out, see if there's a campfire. Could be a nice time, especially with the family. My favorite fun fact about Port Orleans French Quarter is that it is the AllEars readers' most positively rated moderate resort in Disney World. So we do have a thing where you can review your favorite or least favorite Disney World hotels on AllEars.net, and our readers super love French Quarter, and I have to say, after touring, I can see why. It's a nice time. I have a thing for when buildings look like they are multiple little buildings, which is what's going on here, but I'm on the Riverside path now. I just thought that I would take a little bit of a stroll. I'm not going to walk all the way over to Riverside right now, but I will show you just how close it is, because it is very close. Right, so I'm standing here next to the furthest French Quarter building, and if you follow this path right past that bridge, you're at Riverside. So it's very short. It's probably about a 10 to 15-ish minute walk from lobby to lobby. So that's just something to keep in mind, because that's where the dining is, but not far at all. And you can take the boat if walking isn't your thing. So let's talk about if Port Orleans French Quarter is worth it for you. So this resort does have those Disney perks, that being free transportation, free theme park parking. You've got the transportation from the airport with the Magical Express for the remainder of 2021. Early theme park entry, 30 minutes early to the park that you have a park pass reservation to every single day. And the Disney dining plan will return eventually, Disney has announced. So that will be a perk as well once it does. Pros-wise, this resort has an absolutely amazing, lovely theme. You've got access to lots of dining because it's just a short ride to Disney Springs. You've got great dining here with the food court and Scat Cat. And then you've got access to dining at Riverside without much trouble at all. And you're in a pretty neat location. That boat ride to Disney Springs is a plus. And the fact that it's not super large is a plus as well. Cons-wise is that besides that boat to Disney Springs, your only transportation option is the Walt Disney World buses, and those buses might stop at Port Orleans Riverside, making your transportation times maybe a little on the long side. And beyond that, there's no on-site table service. So if you do want a table service meal, you're going to have to head on over to Disney Springs, or when boat rights reopens at Port Orleans Riverside, head over there. Really, the deciding factor of whether or not French Quarter is right for you depends on your party. If you are okay with spending a little bit more to have a delightful theme and a nice resort, then great, French Quarter might be for you. If you are looking to splurge and want tons of dining, tons of recreation, tons of option, then French Quarter might be an option, but there might be better options with some of the deluxe resort hotels. So it really depends what you are looking for with your family. But again, AllEars readers absolutely love this hotel. It's a good balance of being a little more budget friendly than a deluxe, and still having a lot of amenities and a lot of beautiful theming. But again, I've got some time to kill before it's time to head to Scat Cat's Lounge, so maybe I'll go try to watch Princess and the Frog or Coco in my room until it's time to head over to Scat Cat's and hopefully catch some live jazz. Jazz! See you soon. Here's some movie magic for you. Look at that, movie magic. Now it's nighttime. Now it's lounge time. So let's head over to Scat Cat's and get our jazz on. All right, so these doors that were previously closed with this nice jazz wall waiting area are now open because Scat Cat's Lounge is now open. So we're gonna head inside and have a nice time, I think. So Scat Cat's Lounge very much has the feel of a New Orleans lounge. It is super cozy in here, nice dark lighting. So We just strolled in and get to sit wherever we like. Does not look like there's any live jazz tonight, but don't you worry, I will imitate a saxophone the whole time I'm here. So like I've mentioned, Scat Cats Club is home to live jazz shows sometimes. Of course, today is reopening day, so it does not seem that they have them tonight, but I'm sure gonna ask to find out when you'll get to see live jazz next time you come to Scat Cats. All right, I asked my server about entertainment, and he said they've got no clue when it's coming back here. He mentioned that, you know, Yeehaw Bob is back over at Port Orleans Riverside, and you can go check out my Port Orleans Riverside tour if you want to see Yeehaw Bob play. But if you do want to see some live entertainment while you're staying at French Quarter for the time being, head on over to Port Orleans Riverside to the River Roost to see Yeehaw Bob. Just make sure he's playing that night. You can probably ask the front desk here at French Quarter. So for my drink, I asked what a good signature drink here at Scat Cats Lounge is, and my server told me that the Sazerac is a great option because that's like a New Orleans famous drink. So that is what I ordered, and it is a combination of Bellet Rye small batch American whiskey, agave nectar, Peychaud's bitters with a splash of Pernod. So I'm excited to try it. Cheers! This is really good. It's extremely fragrant. It smells like straight citrus, and I'm sure that that's the orange peel that's in here. It's mostly whiskey, and you can definitely taste that. Like, this is a sipping drink. It is not a, fruity drink or for people who don't like the taste of alcohol, but it tastes a lot like whiskey, but it's extremely smooth. The different, aspects of the cocktail kind of mixed together to make it very smooth. The agave is giving it a lovely sweetness that is making it a lot easier to go down. All right, so eating dinner at a lounge means getting 2 appetizers. It's my favorite kind of dinner. So my first appetizer that I got was this po' boy seafood flatbread. It's cheddar and Italian cheese, breaded fried shrimp and oysters, arugula and tomato drizzled with remoulade, and oh my goodness, it looks amazing. I am so excited to try this out. And my other appetizer is the boudin balls, which is a mix of andouille sausage, smoked sausage, and dirty rice, breaded and fried, also served with remoulade, Creole mustard, and pickled vegetables. I think I should use a fork for this, but it's too late. I've picked it up without one. I'm invested at this point. Oh, yeah. Those are so good. I love dirty rice. I love pickled vegetables. I love sausage. But all of those flavors together are like just a jazz symphony in my mouth. There's a little bit of heat to them. The outside is extremely crunchy. Like, it is a thick outer casing on it. And then the inside, you can see it's like tons of sausage and a little bit of rice to kind of keep it together. It is so good, and these sauces are amazing with it. I would say I think you have to like sausage is the key thing here. You can get away with not liking the other ingredients, but this is really, really good. Like, this is go out of my way for a nice night at Scat Cats Lounge. I'm not sure if I would go out of my way to come here without the live music, because I do think that adds something to the atmosphere. But once the live music returns, I could definitely see myself coming to Scat Cats Lounge, even if it was out of the way on my vacation. All right, confirmed. The po' boy is also on the menu over at the River Roost. So same appetizers over at the River Roost, which is awesome because Yeehaw Bob's reopening night meant that I couldn't eat at the River Roost when I was over at Riverside. So it's cool that I'm getting to try the things I wanted to eat now. But time to try out this flatbread. Oh, it's falling. These are certainly the kind of things I would expect from a deluxe level lounge. So it's really great that the moderate lounge has something like this. The seafood tastes like super high quality. It is not overly fishy. In fact, if you didn't know it was seafood, you might not even really know. But if you don't like seafood, I would probably skip this one because that is the main protein here. But the arugula and the tomato kind of cut through the richer seafood and cheese flavors, and then the remoulade pulls it all together. The crust isn't crisp, it's softer, but I actually think that works in this case. There's actually not really a crisp element except for the crunch on the outside of the fried seafood, but that's okay. Texturally, it's not bothering me too much. All right, I am so full of lounge appetizers and delicious drinks. I'm sad because the only jazz I've had to hear is on the speakers, but one day live jazz will return and I will be okay. Man, I forgot to be a saxophone the whole dinner. I guess that's probably a good thing for you. Well, I'm going to head to bed and do the extended bed science, 8 hours of bed science. And then in the morning, I think we'll head to a park and check out some of those transportation times. I'm really excited to end my staycation with a nice theme park day. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and here's movie magic so you don't have to wait 8 hours for me to sleep. Good morning. So it is a very bright and sunny day, and we are headed to Hollywood Studios. We're not rope dropping this morning because I wanted to see how long the waits are at like around opening time. So we're headed to Hollywood Studios right around 9 a.m. to see just how long that bus ride is, how many people are at the bus stop, and things like that. But first I have a stop tonight because I've got a task I forgot to do yesterday, and it rhymes with take a splish. Let's make a wish. I'm gonna make a wish. All right, wish time. Here's my wish. I wish for a Coco ride in Disney World. All right, there is a bus at the second bus stop, which is for both Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. So I hope that that's not the Hollywood Studios bus, and I'm gonna miss it right now. That would be really fun. But that could happen to you, so I'm okay with it if it happens. All right, moment of truth. Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios? Hollywood Studios, what perfect timing. And they waited, that was so sweet. Something to note right now when you see me on buses is that there haven't been that crazy crowds the day after reopenings because they don't really reopen all of the resort at once. They do it in phases, or at least that's what I think, because there's never a ton of people at reopened resorts. So the bus crowds have been very, very slight, which is not always what you'll see. During busier times, you might have to wait for the bus. There might be significant crowds at the bus stop. Another thing to note is that we did not take any stops after leaving Port Orleans French Quarter, and we are headed straight to Hollywood Studios. So I don't know if they've already been to Riverside, but it did not affect me at all this morning. We just had our stop and then Hollywood Studios. Now I know what you're thinking, Quincy, you didn't check out. Don't you worry, because checkout at the Disney World Resort hotels is automatic. You get emailed a folio in the morning after your trip, and as long as everything is correct on that folio, you can go ahead and skip the front desk and just leave before checkout time of 11 a.m. There are limited number of late checkouts available upon request of 12 p.m., but those are limited, so call and ask if you'd like that, but just know that it's not guaranteed. As for the beds, they were super comfy. I slept great, and actually I had a crick in my neck all day yesterday, so I couldn't turn it like past here, and it's gone. I have full neck motion, so I don't know if the Disney pillows did that, but maybe. I had a good sleep. It was about as comfy as usual. A very easy bus ride later, we're here. All right, my bus ride was all in 11 minutes, and of course I waited 0 minutes, which is awesome. So I was in the park super fast this morning, or to the park super fast. Now I will say, we always recommend giving yourself about an hour for travel times because you never know when something might happen. You could end up in a long wait for the bus. Something can happen with the bus. The bus ride could be a little longer because of traffic. There could be long lines at the gate. So just keep in mind that getting from one place to another, we recommend an hour, 45 minutes if you're feeling spicy. But today, looks like I only needed 11 minutes, which is really, really great. The ride to Disney's Hollywood Studios is probably the third longest from Port Orleans French Quarter. It's pretty quick to Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Those are both around 5 minutes away. Right now there's a big detour to Epcot, so it might be a little longer if you're coming soon. And then Animal Kingdom is going to be the furthest, which around a 15 to 20 minute bus ride without traffic. Now our resort does give us access to that 30 minutes of early theme park entry. I wanted to see what travel times and crowds looked like around opening, so we did not use that this morning. But if you are interested in what early theme park entry looks like at Disney's Hollywood Studios, you can watch Molly's video, The Trick to Staying Late in Disney World, which is all about the new extended hours offerings, both in the evening and in the morning. And she and I both came to Hollywood Studios that morning, so you can definitely check out what it looks like. All right, it seems to be a bustling day here in Hollywood Studios. And that just about does it for my tour of Disney's Port Orleans Resort French Quarter. I hope you had an awesome time today. I sure did, exploring this Mardi Gras themed resort. Let me know in the comments where you want to see me go next. And if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. You can follow us on social media at AllEars.net. And until next time, I'm Quincy, and I'll see you soon. Bye! Want more AllEars videos? Click here. And want to subscribe? You can do that right here. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you real soon.